So every morning I like to take a bit of this, a bit of that, with a whole lime, put it in there. It's pretty disgusting, but it's really good for you, you know. Ashwagandha helps with your sleep and you know, hormones and your emotions and stuff like that. Milk thistle's good for the liver, and the lime's just sort of like to get those electrolytes in the morning. And I'll fill 2 of these up. We've got some salt in here as well. Bottoms up. Beautiful day. Love it. Gonna go for a walk up Melbury Point. So I'll see you there. To share this with you guys, and sort of the symptoms of the fear of poverty: indecision, the habit of permitting others to do one's thinking or staying on the fence; doubt, generally expressed through alibis and excuses designed to cover up, explain away, or apologise for one's failures; worry, usually expressed by finding fault with others; or overcaution, the habit of looking for the negative side of every circumstance; seeing the hole in the donut but overlooking the donut; procrastination, the habit of putting off until tomorrow that which should have been done last year. My desk in a minute. So when I see a photo of my younger self, it's only in those moments where I see that young battery of energy, that pure potential person, you know, and you know what they say, you can only connect the dots looking backwards, right? And so I see this photo, I see, wow, how much potential this guy had, right? And then I see the bit of doubt in my eyes, and I can't help but go, no. If only you thought you could do it. If only you thought you could do it. Because you could. Because looking back at younger photos of myself, you know, I wanted to do music and all this stuff, but I didn't really think I could, right? Not truly. But then I look back at younger photos of myself and I say, you were it. You were already it. Why didn't you take action, man? All you needed to do was take action. And it's crazy because when I was younger, I had fear and I didn't think I could do it, and I didn't realise that I was it. And only when you're older looking back and you see, you know, you go, oh God, only you just believed in yourself, you know, how much potential you had. And it's true, you know, it's like, back then I didn't think I was this thing, and 5 years later, looking back, I realised I was, right? And so it's like, how can you apply that to your situation now? And it's like, well, put yourself 5 years from now and imagine you were looking back. What would you tell yourself now? Well, it's most likely that who you think you're not now, you actually are, right? If you're having thoughts about it all day, things you're passionate about, things you love, you're enough there, yeah, to begin. You're enough of it as a person to begin. You just maybe can't see it, right? So imagine in 5 years looking back at a younger photo of yourself and you didn't do what you wanted to do. You would be like, ah. You'd be like, goodness gracious me, man. Like, if I didn't, you know, if only I'd have realised who I was back then. Like, look at me, I'm this young, beautiful person full of potential, the world at their feet. You know, they say the youth is wasted on the young, right? And it's like, you would think that. You'd think, God, why didn't I make more YouTube videos? Why didn't I take more action? Why didn't I go at it with all I could, right? Because you can't see it now. You can't see how much potential you have now. You can't see how much opportunity there is now. You can't see how creative and amazing you are now, right? And it's that's what I'm talking about here. It's doubt. You must rid yourself of it. You must trust yourself to think that when I have a great idea and a great thought, that it is great, that it is good enough, that it is a really good idea, right? And take action on that, you know, especially when you're starting out. And it's in 5 years that you may look back like I look back to my younger 18-year-old self and I said, ah, look at me, you know. And so the point of this video really is just, in 5 years when you're looking back, are you going to, because you will arrive in 5 years, are you going to have done the work? Or are you going to again go, damn, why didn't I just do it? Why didn't I just do it? Because look at me, I could have done it. Of course I could, look at me. And you might see a photo of yourself and you'll be able to see in that moment just how good you were. And you'll be able to, and you will have regret in the moment as well, because you will see, oh, why didn't I just see that? And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, you are so good now. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. Yeah. So it's like, what would I want to say to myself in 5 years? If I look back at a photo or this video of me now and say I only made 3 YouTube videos, I would be screaming at myself right now, look at you! Oh my goodness, all that potential gone to waste. Why didn't you make more videos? You should have been making hundreds of videos. You should have been personal branding like crazy. You should have been sharing your failures, sharing your wins, sharing your reflections. Even if you're crap, you'd have got better. You should have just gone in all the way, full, everything you've got thrown at it. You should have done that because results were only right around the corner. You should have done that. You should have believed in yourself. And that's really what I would say to myself in 5 years looking back. I would say, wow, I did not know what I had. And I was that person. How can we sort of sum this all up? It's really comes back to that quote by Basquiat. It's not who you think you are that holds you back. It's who you think you're not. And it's all in just believing that if you want something and are really passionate about it and you think about it all the time, and that is the proof that you are it. That is God showing you that you can have it and that you are it. And that you should trust that all the ideas you have about it now are good enough, right? That you are it, right? All you have to do now is step into that, own it. It's going to be shit for a while, you know, all your ideas are going to be shit for a year or two, or a year and a half. But you will get better over time, and you can never get there unless you start. So it's really just thinking that it's not going to be perfect at first, but we're not chasing that, we're chasing progress. Progress over perfection, right? But it's also, as I said, it can all be wrapped up into this idea. If you think you can, and if you think you are, you are. If you think you can't, you can't, right? So if you're having these ideas and you think they're not good, they're not. And then you won't take action because of that. But trust that all these ideas you have now, take action on them immediately. Oh, have you got that idea about that or that thought, or you read this book and you want to share it? Do it immediately. Yeah, imperfect action is going to get you ahead here. And it's having that trust and knowing in yourself that if I want something, then I am it. And that's enough. And so therefore that everything I speak about it, any ideas I share, are good. Yeah? And the more I do that, the better the ideas will become. But just know that it's not who you think you are, it's who you think you're not. And the truth is, if you're thinking thoughts of it, you are it. So stop thinking you're not.